No one inside the city rehabilitation center expected the impossible-looking moment they were about to witness. A 19-year-old girl who had spent years fighting to recover from a devastating spinal injury suddenly pushed herself forward with trembling determination, leaving her wheelchair behind for a few unforgettable steps before breaking into the fastest movement her body could manage toward a quiet single dad sitting alone on a hallway bench. Her 48-year-old billionaire mother stood frozen, unable to understand why her daughter, who had spent years in therapy learning to walk again, was crying with joy as she reached a stranger. The room fell silent. The man lowered his eyes, carrying a pain that no one could see. They thought he was an ordinary father. They had no idea he had once been one of the nation's most respected Navy SEALs. Before we continue, if you believe kindness can change lives, that second chances are real, and that hope should never be abandoned, please like this video, comment where you're watching from, share this story with someone who needs encouragement today, and subscribe to Soul Tales so we can continue sharing stories that remind us the human heart is stronger than any obstacle. The man was Daniel Brooks, a 39-year-old widowed father raising his 8-year-old son alone. Years earlier he had served with extraordinary courage as a Navy SEAL, completing missions few people would ever know about. During one rescue operation overseas, he willingly risked his own career to save innocent civilians instead of following an order that would have sacrificed them. Although many lives were saved, Daniel quietly left military service carrying physical scars, emotional wounds, and memories that refused to disappear. He never spoke about medals or heroism. He simply wanted to become the father his son deserved. Life after the military was nothing like the movies. Daniel worked long shifts repairing boats at a small harbor during the day and delivered groceries at night to cover rent, school supplies, and medical expenses for his son, who struggled with asthma. Most people saw only worn-out clothes and tired eyes. They never saw discipline, sacrifice, and the strength that still lived inside him. Every dollar he earned was carefully planned because every sacrifice was made for someone else. Across the city, billionaire entrepreneur Victoria Hayes had built one of the country's largest technology companies. Success brought wealth, recognition, and influence, yet none of it could erase the emptiness that entered her life after a tragic car accident left her daughter, Emily, with a severe spinal injury. Specialists warned that recovery would be painfully slow and uncertain. Victoria spent fortunes on the best surgeons, rehabilitation centers, therapists, and research programs. Emily refused to surrender. Every painful exercise became another promise to herself that she would never let despair define her future. For years Emily attended the rehabilitation center almost every day. Progress came in tiny victories that others barely noticed. A stronger step. A steadier balance. A little more confidence. Some days she cried in frustration, but she always returned the next morning ready to try again. Hope became her greatest exercise. Daniel visited the same center every Thursday because his son volunteered there after school, reading books and playing board games with patients recovering from injuries. Daniel believed children learned compassion by practicing it, not merely hearing about it. While waiting for his son, he quietly encouraged anyone who looked discouraged. He never introduced himself as a veteran or expected recognition. Sometimes the smallest smile was enough. Emily noticed him long before anyone else did. Week after week she watched the humble father lift heavy boxes for nurses, repair broken wheelchairs without charging money, and comfort frightened children with remarkable patience. Something about his calm presence made fear disappear. She never knew why. One afternoon Emily struggled through another exhausting therapy session. Her therapist reminded her that she had already achieved remarkable progress after years of rehabilitation and encouraged her to trust both her training and herself. As she left the therapy room using carefully supervised support, she saw Daniel sitting in the hallway helping his son finish homework. A powerful memory suddenly returned. Years ago, shortly after her accident, when she felt life had ended, she had overheard Daniel quietly telling another injured patient that courage was not measured by how fast someone could run but by refusing to quit after every painful fall. Those simple words became the foundation of Emily's determination. She had carried them through every difficult day. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Emily forgot everything except reaching the man whose kindness had unknowingly saved her spirit. Supported by years of rehabilitation and hard-earned progress, she moved forward faster than anyone had ever seen before. The movement looked almost impossible to those who had not witnessed her long recovery, and tears filled the eyes of therapists who understood exactly how many years of work stood behind those precious steps. Victoria watched in complete disbelief. For years she had searched the world for people who could restore her daughter's hope, never realizing the greatest gift had come from an ordinary-looking single father sitting quietly in the hallway. Daniel looked embarrassed by the attention. He insisted he had done nothing special. To him, encouraging another human being was simply the right thing to do. Yet Emily knew better. Hope offered at the right moment can rescue a life as surely as any heroic mission. Victoria began learning more about Daniel. What she discovered humbled her beyond words. The man repairing fishing boats had once protected his country with unmatched courage. He had never used his military past for sympathy or success. He had chosen a life of quiet service instead. Even after losing his wife, he continued putting others before himself. Deeply moved, Victoria offered Daniel a prestigious executive security position within her company, complete with financial stability, educational support for his son, and a leadership role helping veterans transition into civilian careers. Daniel accepted only after ensuring he could continue volunteering at the rehabilitation center every Thursday. He believed success meant nothing if compassion disappeared. Months later, Victoria's company established a national foundation supporting rehabilitation programs, adaptive technology, and scholarships for injured veterans and people rebuilding their lives after serious accidents. Daniel became its director, not because of his military achievements, but because everyone trusted the character he displayed when nobody was watching. Emily continued improving through determination, expert medical care, relentless therapy, and the encouragement of people who refused to let her lose hope. Her journey reminded thousands that recovery is rarely instant. It is built through countless small victories that eventually become extraordinary achievements. If this story has touched your heart, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone facing difficult circumstances, leave a comment below, and subscribe to Soul Tales. Your support helps these messages of hope reach people who may desperately need them today. Special request, in the comments write, "Never give up. If you believe hope, perseverance, and kindness can change a person's life." Daniel never considered himself a hero. The medals remained locked away, the photographs gathered dust, and his greatest pride was simply hearing his son call him Dad. Victoria learned that wealth could build hospitals but could never replace compassion. Emily proved that even the longest road to recovery begins with refusing to surrender. Together they reminded everyone that true strength is not found in power, fame, or fortune. It is found in the quiet decision to keep moving forward, one determined step at a time, while helping others believe they can do the same. This is a fictional inspirational story. Recovery from paralysis or severe spinal injuries varies greatly from person to person and depends on many medical factors. Anyone facing such challenges should seek guidance from qualified healthcare professionals while holding on to hope and determination.